Alright. Well, welcome to Season 1, Race 16 of my F1 2020 My Team Career Mode Jaguar Racing F1 team at the Singapore Grand Prix. Now, because it's going to be a long episode, or long race, I decided to just go ahead and do qualifying. So we're just going to have just the race. Singapore has been a track on the games that historically has been sort of a feast or famine for me. In previous games, I've done well, and even in last year's game, or in previous games, I've won races, including last year. The last couple games has definitely been a lot harder, though I've still been able to get wins. Definitely not in the first season of my career mode. But yeah, even though I've still been able to get wins, it's become more challenging as we've gotten through the games. Qualified 13th. Might have the better choice of tire, but I'm not confident of the pace. We'll see what the strategy calls for. R&D wise, we went with another chassis upgrade. As if we purchased another chassis upgrade, and you can see it over here that will come in, I believe, in time for the US Grand Prix. While we still have these other two upgrades that I believe are coming in for the Russian Grand Prix. So that is that. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the race, because it's going to be a long one.
Against the spectacular backdrop of the Singapore skyline, Formula One returns once again to do battle in what tends to become something of an endurance race, with the notorious sauna-like temperatures in the cockpit making for an extremely physically challenging Grand Prix. It's a 3.1 mile lap here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit, with 47% taken at full throttle. It's hot, humid and bumpy around the 13 lefts and the 10 rights of mostly slow corners, but we should see speeds of up to 200 miles per hour along the Raffles Boulevard. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The fence starts from pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Daniel Ricciardo and Perez, Kvyat, Gasly, Hamilton and Carlos Sainz. The owner-driver, Norris, Kimi Raikkonen and Magnussen, Albon. They've taken a grid penalty. Stroll, Antonio Giovinazzi and Roman Grosjean, Russell, Calderon, Ocon and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So I should have mentioned that qualifying was a bit frustrating for me because we were 13th, but it was also very, very close. Essentially, I should have taken a picture of it, but it was like basically um, I was tied with someone, and they got the spot because they set the time
The boss
before
wants
me.
another podium finish this weekend. I know you're more than capable.
Did he just say the boss wants a podium finish this weekend? I'm the boss, you idiot. But anyway, so I qualified 13th. Somebody had tied with the exact same time, so they got to keep it because they said it first, or had the advantage above me, so they got that spot. And then like two other people who were in front of us were like, just to use an example, if me and the person who qualified on the same time as me were 1 point, and this is the real time, this is just an example. If they were if we were 2 point, if our combined time was 2 point, or both our times were 2.009 behind leader, the two cars in front of me were like 2.005 and 2.003. So it was like that close, like 4 cars that close together in qualifying. So it was literally like if I gained like a 10th anywhere, I would have been 10th, and in this case, I might have been inside the top 10. But nevertheless, here we are. The front of the grid got shaken up a little bit because Hamilton had a grid penalty for engine components. Albon had a grid penalty for engine components, so he actually goes behind me. And I think we actually gained another spot because Ocon also had a penalty, and he's in the back now. So we gained 2 spots. We're in P11, which is not terrible. Strategy-wise, they are saying that we should do soft to medium to medium. Now this track is one where the undercut is very, or not the undercut, but the one stop, I should say. The one stop is a very powerful thing. So in that sense, so I know the one stop is going to be very powerful here. I feel like the one stop might be better, personally, even though I'm someone who likes to push on the softer tires. But yeah, I don't know. It is recommending that we do a 2-stop. You know what? I'll go with what the strategy recommends, and we'll see what happens from there, I guess. Because in last year's game, I know I was able to pull off one stops where I would basically stretch the soft tires to the point where I could go on the hards and go soft to hard. I think that's what I did in the past. Anyway, if this is what they're saying, that's what the strategy is. I'm going to trust them on it. Go with it. We'll see what everyone starts on around me. I think it's sort of a mixed bag. So, the majority of the field is on softs, but not everyone. So, you combined 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the 22 cars, 14 are on soft. So the majority of the field is on the soft tire. So...
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
So I feel a little better about my decision I think the person who's in the best position really is Science. He's the highest of the medium compound runners, and if he could play his cards right on the track, he's going to be in for a really good result tonight in this race. So we'll see what happens.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
Yeah, I think in the past, like, the soft tire wear for me, or at least in last year's game, it was to the point where it was not bad enough where I could stretch it, far enough that I could go onto cards and go on a one-stop. We'll see how the tire wear is, but if the opportunity presents itself for us to do that, I might take that chance as... Okay, Science, what the hell? He literally just stopped coming into that hairpin, and there was like nobody in front of him. I don't know what happened, he just stopped. He literally just came, like, just stopped the car. I know this is a tight hairpin, but...
Okay, here's who we're really fighting today, Hamilton and Norris. Radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Again, my goal is just get points. If I can get, if it's 10th place, we get 1 point, I will gladly take that. And also, another goal for me would be to get ahead of Lewis Hamilton in this opening lap, which I think we can do. Normally with the launch, so we like to usually get off the start. We usually get 2 cars, and with Hamilton in 9th, I think that getting him into the first corner is doable. I think it's doable. Just to make it a little more interesting with the championship, where his rivals are ahead of them and scoring more points. I mean, hey, it's not like we're wrecking him out of the race or anything, but yeah, the grip penalties, he's in this position, so if we can take the chance to hold him up a little bit to make the championship more interesting, we'll do that. Alright, 5 red lights. It's gonna be a long one, it's gonna be a tough one, but we're ready to go. Underway in Singapore. Ooh, Science cut off my lane, it's gonna be tight squeeze. Make it. Warning for a collision with Hamilton, but we don't care. We're up into P6. Sorry about the hissing. I was just sort of in the zone there for a second. Yeah, we're up into P6, and Vettel has actually jumped Bottas for the lead right at the get-go. That start went way better than I was expecting. Ooh. Just trying to look at the front wing. Yeah, I was gonna say the front wing looks pretty good. Actually, a little bit of damage, tiny bit of damage. I don't think that's gonna hurt us too bad. I don't think they'll hurt us too bad. Vettel, Bottas, Verstappen look clearer than us. Then Perez, Kvyat, Hamilton, and I'm guessing Sainz. No, actually, I think it's Gasly. Yeah, it's Gasly. But Sainz, crucially, is the highest runner in the field right now on those medium tires. going to have a distinct advantage early on here. Well, not a distinct advantage early on, I should say. A distinct advantage later in the race. This is the part where we become a bit of a roadblock for everyone behind us. He will be one of those cars in front of us come into the pits. No DRS for Perez. Really check on tire wear. 15%. Hairpin is a bit of a tricky one on the exit, at least for me. Tight apex. Although I will say I do get very good traction out of that corner. That's been a theme pretty much throughout pretty much all of the games. Is that I usually my car gets very good traction out of the corner and actually is able to put distance on the car behind us by just enough so that there's no chance of an overtake in that part of the track. DRS will become activated.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
It's going to be a tough fight against Perez. Hold him off.
The energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Sounds like we have a little bit of ERS issues. I am using a more worn component. Explains it. Well, that's not good. Excuse me. Clear my throat there. Perez went for a move, but none was there. Or there was no move there to make. I think if it stay at Perez, as long as you get rich mix, ERS. Oh yeah, we do bolt away from him a little bit.
Our gap to the car in front is 4.2 seconds.
Thank you, Jeff, for that useful information.
Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well. Keep pushing. The car behind can't keep up with the pace. We think they're struggling with fuel. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on
Sergio
mediums.
Perez crashes!
Safety car, safety
no.
car. No overtaking. Reduce your pace.
Sergio Perez went for a move on me. Now let's see. Look, I went down to block. So my block was totally fair. Because you are allowed one move. And I moved to the left. Here's a better view of it. So, here we come. Off the corner. We're going straight. Perez is going to make a move to the inside. And I make a move to the left, anticipating his defense. And he just loses it. He just completely loses control of his car. And just goes straight on into the pit wall. Heavy impact for the Mexican driver. Let's go back onto his onboard. As they say, safety cars are pretty common in Singapore. But she's going to the outside. And I naturally just move up into that lane. And then he's going to make a defensive move, or he's going to make a pass, I'm going to make a defensive, he's not even really move, I just sort of moved to the left. And that throws him, he was going to do a switchback to try to go to the right, I guess, but he just lost control. Let's look on it more from Hamilton's point of view. Now that's very interesting. Now that does I feel like that puts everyone in an interesting place strategy-wise. Do the guys in front of me come in? I suppose they could come in and fit hard tires, but I don't think it's, you know, I think
Check
it's too
your MFD
early.
for a new strategy option. Okay, copy that.
I think it's too early to go for hard tires, personally. I guess we'll see if the guys in front of us hit. And I have no idea if they will or not, except I feel like if they don't pit this time around, then they're not going to pit.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast.
So
Reduce your
very
pace.
curious to see what happens here. And I wonder if the guys in front of me will use this stint, or use this time under the safety car, to sort of cool off their tires, reduce some of that tire wear, obviously, as you would under a safety car, and maybe switch on to a hards. I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to do here. Okay, it looks like... Are they coming in? Yeah, they're coming in. Let's see what they go for. I'm going to do a... get a chance to see what the plan is here for these guys. Okay, so... Vettel is going onto the mediums, as is Bottas, so they are following their already predetermined strategy. They're taking this chance to go onto the mediums now. So that's interesting. So that could play into our hands, because like I said, I feel like in the past I have done races here where I've gone basically softs to hards. And I'll just do another replay just to confirm what tires these guys are going on. I know Vettel and Bottas are going on to the softs, or to the mediums. And Verstappen is also going on to the mediums. And where's Ricciardo? He's coming out of the pits now. I'm guessing he will go on to the mediums. And who else we got diving into the pits? We've got Verstappen, obviously Verstappen, Vettel, Bottas, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Kvyat, Hamilton, Gasly, Norris, Albon. Basically everyone who's on the soft tire is pitting. Except, crucially, for us, we are staying out. We have decided not to come to pit road. We are staying out on these soft tires.
We're coming up to the safety car now. Do not pass it. You are the leader.
So this is going to be very interesting. Because what this also does is that it puts the guys on the soft tires who came out ahead of the leaders, of the original leaders, what this is going to do is that this is going to put those guys, as we watch the pit stops, there's Gasly, or Kvyat coming out. Gasly's going to get the short end of the stick here. Obviously, anyone who's double stacking the second car is going to get the short end of the stick. It's just how it goes. Oh, and he's really going to get the short end of the stick because Force India Racing Point's in front of them, and Perez has to change his front wing. So Gasly is pretty much screwed royally as he got a little... Yeah, that doesn't look right. Now does it? No, that does not look right. But anyway, got them changing the front wing on Perez. Perez is going on to a set of softs. Pretty much all these guys are going on to a set of softs. Yeah, we'll just give it a second just to see how the order shakes out. Okay, so here's the order. I think we can do this now. So the guys that are going to really benefit from this strategy are Sainz, Raikkonen, Magnussen, and Giovinazzi, because they are ahead of everyone who already stopped, who came on to pit road that time for the mediums. And here's the thing. Everyone who pitted on mediums, or to go onto the medium tires, they all have to stop again. There's no way around it. They have to make a second stop. Because there's no way, even with the safety car, there's no way that any of these guys can go to the end on their medium tires. It's just impossible. They can't do it. So, again, these guys are in a very good position because they're in front of all the leaders. And now basically everyone's on the same strategy. Everyone has one stop to go. And that also puts us in a very good position, because obviously we're essentially the effective race leader, because again, everyone has one stop left. Everybody has one stop to go, including us. If we're going to go straight, I think at this point, our best call is to just go straight onto the hard tires. Then we're all in the same boat, really. And for me, it's just trying to make sure I stretch these tires as long as I can physically take them, while also trying to hold up the guys behind me, and then switching onto the medium tire, or the hard tire. Yeah, I think my goal is going to be trying to make it to lap 11. I think we're at this point, we're going to restart on lap 8. Or coming to lap 8. And if I can make it to lap 11, I think that'll be good enough to switch on to the soft, or to the medium tire. Or to the hard tire, what am I saying? I don't know what I'm talking about right now.
You are in first position, front of the pack. Signs is behind you. The gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. The pit window is open. Pit window currently open. You have 25 laps to go. Copy that. Hearts for next box.
Now that everyone's caught up to the pack, I presume that we are going to go back racing this time by. It's not like there was a DNF anyway, so... Actually very surprised that Perez is able to keep going after that crash. So he's very lucky.
Okay, the safety car is coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in Sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car is in the pit lane.
So we are at 53% on the right front. That's the worst tire right now, so that's what we got to keep an eye on. As we pace the field back. Got really bunched up. Now we're gone. Rich mix. ERS. Or maybe not. That was weird. I guess we waited too long to go, or we went too soon. I guess that's what happened. Reach this point. Now we can go. Now we're off.
Okay, clear.
Green flag is out. We're back underway. We are in the effective lead of the Singapore Grand Prix. What can the guys in pitted do? Can we hold off the guys behind us until our first pit stop? Science is right behind us. Of course, no DRS at this point. Not until lap 10, I believe. And what that safety car did allow...
The car behind might be struggling with fuel issues. See if you can increase the gap.
That safety car allowed us to save a ton of fuel. So we have a lot of fuel to burn here. And Science, uh-oh, this is going to be ugly. Science, that did not work out for him. That's not exactly a place where you want to be doing overtaking. No, sir. And that's enabled us to build a bit of a gap to Science. Uh-oh, somebody have a problem? No, everything's good? Alright. Maybe people got held up at the hairpin back there. Right front tire check, it's at 63%.
You're losing a small amount of time to the car behind.
Gonna be
Keep
close.
pushing.
I want to take it to lap 11. If I can't make it to lap 11, I might have to bring it in on lap 10. I think the hard tires can do that. I don't think that would be an issue. As one car's in the pits, that is one of the Williams, I want to say. It's George Russell. George Russell, he's switching on to medium tires. Insanely wide there. Alright, what I'm gonna do is do a mid-session save right there. Just in case we're not able to make it back around. The tire is now
The tyres have
71%.
deteriorated significantly at this point. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
This is usually puncture
Right, coming
territory.
at the end of this lap.
71%.
Copy that. Hearts for next box.
Vettel making a move on Magnussen behind us. He's side by side. He might get the job done here. So Magnussen fighting back hard as he should, though I think Vettel's got him.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Got that confirmed. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Copy that. Hearts for next box.
So Vettel is now up to 4th. He will be up to 3rd when I hit. Yeah, once you're getting to the past 75%, that's puncture territory. So we gotta hit now. We got no choice. We have to hit pits right now. And Singapore, as you saw, is a very difficult pit entry. I wish they would change that a little bit in real life, but what are you gonna do?
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Hit for hard tires, and the good news is we will have pretty much a clean racetrack ahead of us. Car tires
Go,
on,
go, go.
and we're good. The only person in front of us we're gonna have to contend with is Latifi, or Russell, I should say.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
He is on fresher tires, but I presume he's doing a 2-stop.
Fuel is at target +3. Let's get into mix 3 ASAP.
Clean air. Just go right now. What's also going to help us a little bit, I think, is the fact that all the fast cars, you know, the Ferraris, the Mercedes, the Red Bull, they're all stuck and held up in traffic. So they really can't go anywhere, even though they have softer tires. So in theory, we should slowly start to reel them in, little by little. Now it's important to remember that I think the original soft, or the medium to hard strategy, the 1-stop, I believe that called for a pit stop around lap 11, lap 13, somewhere in that range. So really, we pitted sort of right before the window would have opened for the medium tire runners. So I guess the thing to watch out for is whether, or not whether, but where where like Sainz and Raikkonen and Magnussen, where do they come out in comparison to us?
We're sat at the back. Last place. Russell is ahead of you. The gap to the car ahead is 4.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
That does give me confidence that we made the right move here. As they're saying we can go to the end, and the strategy reflects that we can go to the end. These tires might be pretty worn by the end of the race, but they'll definitely get us there. Okay, here we go. Sainz is pitting, and so are most of the medium tire runners.
Tatiana is coming in for a stop.
This is going to be very crucial here. As we just go to the replay, just to see where everyone is. If anyone gets held up at the pits. Sainz is in for the hards. Oh, Sainz had a front wing change. That drastically changes things. Sainz had to change his front wing. I guess he had some sort of damage that he had to fix. I had no idea that Sainz was in that position. Yeah, he does have a little bit of damage to that front wing, as you can see, so this puts us even in a better spot because, you know, he was the lead car of this group. You know, with Ocon and Magnussen and Raikkonen. So this puts us in a very good position, I think. So we should come out well ahead of these guys.
The car in front is 16.2 seconds.
And we do. We're well ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. It's going to be at least 6 seconds. So I guess that goes to show how much that time in clean air mattered for us on the hard tires. And I think Giovinazzi, because Raikkonen had a pit, Giovinazzi stayed out. And now that's what that's allowing to happen is Vettel is really starting to pull away from the guys he was fighting, while Giovinazzi holds up the likes of Bottas and Verstappen behind him. So really, it's a Ferrari, you know, it's the junior Ferrari team, I guess you'd say, helping the works
The car
team.
behind you has just fitted the hard tyres. Car behind, running hards.
So I guess the next question is going to be, when do the guys of the mediums come in to stop? Because they absolutely will have to stop again. Like I said earlier, there's no way that they can go to the end on those tires. All of them pretty much stopped about 2 laps before their intended pit window was to open. And Giovinazzi does indeed hit the pits. And we're gonna blow by him.
Okay, gap ahead is 12.9 seconds.
Oh, we got a problem.
We're leading our teammate by 12.2 seconds.
Somebody's got a problem. I think it's Ocon. Yep, Ocon's out of the race. Looks like an engine failure on his car. Watch it. Yep, there it goes. As Giovinazzi comes out of the pits, he slows up the guys behind him a little bit. He pulls off track right after the first corner complex. He is out. He is done for the night. And I don't think they'll bring out a safety car. It looks to be out of the way. No traffic coming behind him. But Giovinazzi, coming into the pits, has released Bottas and Verstappen to go after Vettel, who has really put a gap to those guys behind him. think we're definitely in
Our gap to the car in front is 2.5
for
seconds.
shot at points. It's just all going to come down to this run right here and how much time we can gain on the guys in front of us. That's really what it's going to come down to.
P15, you're in P15, Russell ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 2.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Raikkonen is behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 6.6 seconds. They're on fresh hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 17 laps to go.
Podium. Just because of the pace that the Ferrari and Ferrari, the Mercedes, and the Red Bull are showing, I don't think we can come out with the lead when these guys hit. I'd say our ceiling right now is probably points, with maybe an outside shot at a podium if things go our way.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
We are slowly but surely catching George Russell and Williams. Oh, he looks like hit the wall a little bit there. Unintentionally. What I was going to say is that Vettel is in the pits, as is Verstappen. So this is going to be crucial. Where are we when they come out of the pits? It's going to be so close.
Gap to car in front is 4.5
There's Vettel.
seconds. Okay, the safety car is out. The
Oh,
safety car
no!
is out. We need to form up at a reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive.
Oh man! Another safety car. Science is out of the race. Just as we were in the middle of a pit sequence, Science pulls off to the side, and he is done for the night. Well, I was surprised to see, not totally surprised to see one safety car, but the fact that we have seen two really, as I'm just checking something on my phone, really puts us in an interesting situation. particularly with the leaders. Vettel had pitted, Verstappen had pitted. The two Mercedes have yet to pit.
Has just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound.
And interestingly enough, Vettel has gone onto the hard tires, which is very interesting.
Some information on Russell. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
And at one of the cars in front of us, George Russell might have an issue. I think this safety car might actually be a big benefit for Bottas. As there he is, he dives into the pits. As does the other Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton. Close here. I think Bottas might get away with the lead here. Vettel storms down the front stretch, as do we, and we beat Bottas out. Was wondering who was going to benefit from that safety car, and if Bottas was going to jump Vettel. That did not happen. Very interesting scenes here at the Vietnam Grand Prix, the Singapore Grand Prix. And interestingly, Bottas is on the medium tire. So let's take a look and see who's on what. Race director. So, okay, so we got Vettel on hards in front of us. We have Bottas behind us on mediums. Then you have Verstappen and Leclerc on hards. Raikkonen is on hards. Norris is on mediums. Albon is on mediums. Ricciardo is on hards. Hamilton is on mediums. Kvyat is on hards. Giovinazzi and Magnussen already pitted. Gasly on mediums, hard. So it's split between mediums and hards. We got a lot of split decisions here. Some people going for the mediums, or a second set of mediums, which was the original strategy for the two-stop, while others went for the hard tires. So they went soft, medium, hard, so using all three compounds. So this is going to be a very interesting race to the finish, I would say. Honestly, I'm fully expecting Vettel to just bolt once they release us, while we just struggle to hold on to a podium with the Red Bull and Mercedes behind us. But we'll see, I guess. If this were a different track, maybe a track that's more favorable to, I guess. I feel like we might have the advantage of the restart, but I don't know, I just got a feeling in this one that Vettel's just gonna, when it's time to go, he's gonna go and he's gonna be gone. I just see that happening. I don't know. Maybe it won't, but that's what I'm thinking. But we'll certainly give it a try to get the lead. So where they're going to go for the restart is going to be right around here. So it's important for us to be close, right around there, if we're going to have any shot.
The Car behind has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre.
Thank you, Jeff. So what we've done here, we're in Lemix. We have over 3 spare laps of fuel, which basically means that we can pretty much run all the way to the end in rich mix pretty safely without any issues of fuel at the end. And, you know, all things considered, the decision by us, I would have been interesting to see how it played out under green. I guess you saw it anyway. I mean, we came behind Vettel. And I guess the only difference is that had the safety car not come out, we would have gotten a little bit further ahead of Bottas. So yeah, the strategy to go from softs to hards is one that works here in Singapore, especially if you get an early safety car like we did.
Okay, let's get ready.
Oh, that was a nice brake check there by Seb. This brake straight up stopped. Alright. We're gonna flip it into rich mix now. Let's see. Get the timing right on this safety car restart. Obviously we can't pass Vettel until it's time, but try to stay as close to him as he keeps brake checking. Why do you keep brake checking, Vettel? He's not even going. He's waiting so long to go. I don't know what's going on here. I went a lot sooner than he did. Oh jeez, Vettel, come on. It's time to go and you're just sitting there. Now they go.
Gap to teammate behind is 13.3 seconds.
I don't know what Vettel's problem is. He was waiting entirely too long, I felt. Get a better restart that time. We're there. Actually, we were closer on a different chance here. Oh, we got the line. There we go. Inside. We got him. Vettel.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Vettel was playing a lot of dirty tricks on that restart, but we finally got one where it worked. And like I said, I don't complain about using the rewinds. I just wanted a fair restart, and Vettel wasn't giving me one. Like I said, there was an indicator of when you're supposed to go on the minimap. And when I did my restart, when I controlled the restart, I went when I was supposed to go, and I went. Vettel did not. He waited until basically we were around the final corner to go. So I don't know. I put that all on Vettel. He was not fair on that restart. Just because we got past him though doesn't mean we're gonna hold him off. I think he actually did he ram us into the chicane? I mean, I'm hitting my brake point exactly where I need to hit my brake point, so I don't know what his problem is. He's gonna make a move, but he can't do it. We maintain. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna break away from these guys. It's gonna be a matter of can we hold them off for 11 laps. And look, if they get us fairly, you know, as I keep hitting the wall in that little spot, I know I'm hitting it because I can hear the sound effect. What I was saying is that if they get us fairly, then that's fine, but they gotta earn the pass. At this point in the race, I'm not gonna lay over for anyone. I know it's a bit of a train right now, but I'm in the lead. I have the right to defend myself in my position. I don't have to roll over for anyone. DRS is going to be available on the next lap, so this is going to be key. Can we hold them off even when they have DRS? Big move here? No, he will not. Vettel ran this again. I don't know what his problem is. I am like braking exactly where they tell me to brake, and he's just ramming me up the rear in that part of the track. So I have no idea what his problem is. I'm braking right when I should be braking. Make a move here for sure. Here he comes.
Has been enabled.
Squeeze him down to the pit wall. Ooh, we go a little wide. Hold him off for now. Vettel's gonna have the edge off the corner, side by side. Ooh. Let's see. Vettel's there. Still side by side. Hold him off. He's going to DRS. As with Bottas, as with everyone behind us, it's going to be very sketchy. And Verstappen's going to make a move on Bottas here. Third place. Who's going to get the edge? Verstappen might have him around this corner. It's going to be close. Bottas actually might maintain third. I think he has. What that has allowed is that Vettel and myself gained a bit of a gap to him as I go wide. Vettel side by side. Honestly, I'm only going wide there because I know Vettel's going to hit me if I don't. I think Vettel might have gotten a tad out of shape there. That was some wild moments there down the DRS straights. They're gonna have another shot again. Can they get it this time? We will do our best to defend. Here it comes again. Goes to the outside. Can't make it happen. The ERS is really helping us right now, I think. But I think Vettel might have a good run here. Maybe not. We got a good run off the corner. We maintain. So really, it's coming down to how much ERS I have. So that's basically what's enabling me to successfully defend Vettel and Bottas is the ERS. And go wide just so that Vettel doesn't hit us. Again, have to use up our ERS here. Vettel's gonna have the edge. Ooh, he got a little squirmy. Bottas, that's gonna give him the edge. With the opportunity to make a move. Ooh! Vettel, that did not work for him that time, and Bottas is gonna sneak into second. Vettel went for a bold move, it didn't work, and now Bottas is behind us in second. It's all going to be all about saving that ERS. As Bottas is running to the back of us, I think. Chicanes here. Rich mix really coming in handy. The fact that we have so much fuel to burn. Now Bottas makes a move. I'm gonna make him go around the outside. Or I can just run wide and just give the position to him like that. Down to the pit wall to defend. Ooh, and Bottas has a moment similar to what Vettel had, but he holds on to that position. And again, Bottas goes for a move here. We're going to go to the low side and make him take what will become the outside of the next corner, but we are well ahead of him. Actually by, well, not still DRS, but we maintain the lead. For now. Tire wear, no problems. We're doing good. Ooh, little contact with Bottas. That might give the edge to Vettel. Vettel's gonna come back through. Maybe not. Bottas edges him out again. And even though it is a train, not gonna lie. But what am I supposed to do? I am the leader. Or closing into the final laps of the race. And I gotta do everything I can to defend. Bottas, he must be having some trouble in that final section of the track. Because the last 2 laps, since he's moved into second, we've been able to maintain, but he hasn't even been really close enough to make that much, to make, get even side by side. So I wonder if maybe either Bottas has some sort of issue that's preventing him from going a little bit faster, or if it's just the fact that he's on medium tires is hurting him.
Expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Are the medium tires hurting him? Uh-oh. Side by side. They contact them again. That bunches everything up. Verstappen's going to make a move on Vettel for third. That section's not a spot that's good for overtaking, but they're going side by side through there anyway. Man, oh man, I think Verstappen is going to get Vettel for third. Wow. That contact he made with Bottas really put off Vettel, and that allowed Verstappen to make a move. And again, I really think that Bottas is really starting to feel the effects of those medium tires wearing off. Because he really has been able to make that big move. The parts of the track where I think he would be best to make a move. Like right here is where I figured I'd be seeing the best attack from him, but he's one of the best attacks, but we're far enough away that he's not close enough to pass. I think it must be the tires. I think Bottas' tires must be falling away. At this point, I think Bottas is just holding them up right now. Yeah, I think
Bottas is behind you. The gap behind us is 0.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 46.9.
Well, his tires aren't that old, really. I think it must be Bottas' tires. They must be affecting him. He's not.
We're leading our teammate by 14.4 seconds.
He's not. I mean, he's in a Mercedes. And compared to Vettel, we were constantly defending from him. Bottas has not, except for maybe once, hasn't been able to do anything with us. Hasn't been able to even get close enough to attempt to pass. So his tires supposed to be falling off way worse than our tires. That's the only explanation I can think of. I feel like if you were defending from Verstappen or Vettel, they would have gotten this by now. The problem is they're stuck behind Bottas. Bottas can't get by me. And again, it's just I must be his tires. He's on mediums, and he's just not getting close enough for me to make a move. And as far as I know, I don't think he's suffering from mechanical issues, because if he was, he would have gotten passed already by Verstappen, Vettel, and Leclerc. Yeah, I think the tires of Bottas' car are really starting to show their age right now. The question is, can Verstappen's gonna have trouble getting by Bottas. Bottas has DRS on me, so it's DRS train, and Verstappen can't get by him. Verstappen must be incredibly frustrating, because he probably knows that if he got by Bottas, he would probably be within a shot to win this race, but he just can't get by Bottas. He just can't do it. Laps to go. Run a little wide.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Alright, here we go. Bottas, make anything happen on this last lap. Here we go, final lap of the race.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
It's meant to make a mistake here in order for Bottas to have a shot. Not going to get there. Well, I think it's safe to say this has turned out much better than I was expecting. Honestly, legitimately, I was just hoping that we would get away with some good points after our qualifying effort. The safety car came out early on, right when we needed it. And the second safety car has allowed us to be in this position. As we come around the last couple corners, what an incredible return to Formula One for Jaguar. Third win of the season. And it's on the streets of Singapore.
That's P1, race win, well done.
Oh man, I cannot believe I pulled that off. Oh my god.
It's never easy to make it across the finish line here in Singapore, but they've done so with some style here today to take a remarkable victory. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
What a return to F1 for Jaguar. Unbelievable.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I'm going to give it to the owner-driver today. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
Let's move on to the constructors. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
What an unbelievable race that was. Again, I said it a couple times already, but I really think that Bottas getting into second is what won us the race. Because our hard tires were doing pretty well on the wear side of things, on the tire wear, Bottas is on mediums, and I think even though he didn't have that many laps on his tires, I think it was clear that they were wearing off, because had Verstappen or Vettel been able to get by, I think they would have just skated away with it. I really think they would have. But they didn't. Bottas got through, and then he basically backed everyone up on his medium tires into a DRS train. And we were getting to the point there where we were going to be, you know, at certain we were reaching a point where we could have been outside of the DRS range for Bottas, and at that point he would just have been mincemeat for the guys behind him. But good results for Lando Norris and Albon, who got points after starting outside of the points. Standings wise, still an advantage for Hamilton, but it's very tight behind him. With Vettel and everyone from Vettel to Leclerc, so second through fifth, only being separated by 6 points. So second place is all up for grabs right now. And constructor standings wise, not much changed. Well, Ferrari did get a little closer to Mercedes, but I don't think this is going to really change that much. I don't think Ferrari will catch Mercedes in the constructors.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have
I'll
yours.
say.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race. You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you? How do you feel the competition is for you this season? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
No comment.
Appreciate your time.
I like having those questions where they ask that question, which normally I go no comment on. And because if it was just 2 questions, you couldn't do it. But with more than 2, it works out. Still managing to lead our rivalry over Leclerc. Which I'm pretty surprised by, to be honest. $712,000 from the sponsors. Having to get damage deduction. Both of us do. So, we are up to $4.45 million. I think I know what our next upgrade is going to be, as far as the facility is concerned. Not that much time till the Russian Grand Prix. Simulator training is the easiest one to go with here. Facilities, we're going to complete all the upgrades to the aerodynamics facility, as we have the money to do so. R&D wise, we are at 601 points. We do have a engine upgrade coming. Do we, actually? I think that's the one thing that was coming up on the development. side. I think that was... I think we had another upgrade. I think it was actually this one. Maybe. That came in. Yeah, I think that was the one that came in. Regardless. Now, before I go forward, I do want to go to the driver market, because I haven't really had the chance to do this yet, and I want to go through the drivers that I'm going to have on my watch list. So, in a perfect scenario, Daniel Ricciardo is the one that we want to go for. So we are going to put a watch on him. Now, there are a couple of other options that do interest me. Pierre Gasly is a possibility, though he wouldn't be... He would not be on the high end. Not because I like Gasly, not because I don't like Gasly, but I would want to take him away from AlphaTauri personally, but that's just me. George Russell would probably be a high choice for me. So I'll put him on the watch list. Kevin Magnussen could be a good last resort driver for us. So we will put him on the watch list. Don't think I'm going to get Sergio Perez, but I'll put him on the watch list anyway, just in case. But someone that I'm keeping my eye on that I think we can legitimately go for is Albon. Only because his salary is so low. Well, his salary is low. I think he would be a good second-year driver for our team. Someone who's, you know, not obviously a top driver, but a step up from, obviously, from Calderon. But mainly, I guess the main reason why is, well, I think my ultimate goal is to get either Ricciardo or Verstappen at some point. That's my ultimate goal. But I realize it's probably not... Verstappen's definitely not happening in Season 2. And Ricciardo, I don't think that will happen. But I'm going to be optimistic. So we might have the money. We'll see. But with Albon, he would be a good second-year driver, and selecting him right out of the gate would immediately cause a massive shakeup in the driver market. Because Red Bull, one of the top teams, will immediately have a seat to fill. So, which could lead to some interesting scenarios. So, those are the people we have on the watch list right now. We'll see how that pans out later. For right now, we are going to advance time through the week. Very short week to the Russian Grand Prix weekend. And our upgrade came through well. Let's go to the R&D. It came through perfectly fine. So, and with this next upgrade, that'll really help us catch up in the chassis area. Car. Engine-wise, we are third. We actually have a very good engine right now. Though just basically looking on that, it looks like everyone's really close. And then Aero, think I might go for some arrow upgrades at some point. Just because that's an area we need to catch up on, I feel. Because we are towards the bottom in that field. And I think those could be our last, so if we upgrade this and this, could be our last upgrades of the season. Knowing that we have the reset coming up. There you go. That's it for this one, and we'll see you next time for the Russian Grand Prix.